Love is timeless. Many people who enter their 70s long for companionship after losing a spouse or spending years alone. The idea of finding love again can be beautiful, a chance to laugh with someone over morning coffee, share walks in the park, or simply hold a hand in the quiet of the evening. Remarriage at 70 can feel like a second spring, offering warmth and partnership in life's later seasons. But marriage at this stage of life is not the same as it was decades ago. It carries new responsibilities, risks, and consequences. Romance may bring joy, yet reality also brings financial decisions, family dynamics, health challenges, and legal complexities that can't be ignored. If left unconsidered, these issues can turn a dream into a nightmare. This is not a warning against love, yet it is advice to approach remarriage with eyes wide open. By understanding the 5 most common challenges seniors face when remarrying, you can prepare wisely, protect yourself and your loved ones, and build a relationship that is both joyful and secure. Let's look at these 5 nightmares in detail along with the wisdom to prevent them. 1. Financial complications. One of the most difficult challenges of remarrying later in life is money. At 70, most people have worked decades to save for retirement, built up pensions, social security benefits, or accumulated assets such as homes, savings accounts, or investments. Entering a new marriage can complicate all of that. For example, remarrying may affect pension benefits or survivor benefits from a previous spouse. Social security eligibility may change depending on marital status. A new partner might bring debt, medical bills, or different financial expectations. What feels like a fresh start in love can quickly turn into a stressful juggling act in money. Imagine you've spent years building a nest egg to pass down to your children or grandchildren. Without proper planning, remarriage could unintentionally redirect those assets to your new spouse or their family. This often causes resentment and division within families. Life advice for elders: have open conversations about money before marriage. It may feel uncomfortable, but transparency is key. Discuss debts, income, assets, and expectations. Consult a financial advisor. Professional guidance helps clarify how remarriage will affect pensions, Social Security, taxes, and inheritance. Consider a prenuptial agreement. At this stage of life, prenups are less about romance and more about protection. They can secure assets for children while still honoring the new marriage. Budget realistically. Remember that healthcare costs may increase with age. Plan for emergencies. Love is beautiful, but financial stress can quickly erode a relationship. Protecting your financial health is not selfish, it is wise. When both partners are honest and prepared, money becomes a support system rather than a source of conflict. 2. Family resistance. Perhaps the most emotionally painful nightmare of remarriage at 70 is family conflict. Children and grandchildren may struggle with the idea of a new spouse. They may feel loyalty to the deceased parent, fear losing inheritance, or simply dislike the idea of someone replacing the person they loved. Family resistance can show up as tension at gatherings, disapproving remarks, or even distance from children who feel betrayed. This is heartbreaking for elders who only wish to find happiness again, yet it is a reality many face. Consider a senior who marries quickly after losing a spouse. Adult children may perceive the decision as rushed or disrespectful, or perhaps the children simply worry that the new partner is after money. These concerns, are real or imagined, can create fractures in relationships. Life advice for elders: communicate openly with family. Don't surprise children with sudden marriage news. Share your intentions, explain your feelings, and invite them into the conversation. Acknowledge their emotions. Family members may be grieving or protective. Listen without defensiveness. Set healthy boundaries. Ultimately, it is your life and your happiness. Family opinions matter, but your decision is your own. Encourage respect between family and new partner. Take time to slowly introduce and build trust. Family resistance does not always fade overnight, but with patience, honesty, and gentle boundary setting, you can reduce conflict. Remember, true love in later years can enrich not only your life but also the lives of those around you if given the chance. 3. Health responsibilities. At 70 and beyond, health becomes a major consideration in any partnership. Many couples entering remarriage don't realize how much caregiving responsibilities may weigh on the relationship. One partner may face chronic illness, mobility challenges, or cognitive decline, and the other may suddenly become a full-time caregiver. This shift can place enormous emotional, physical, and financial strain on the relationship. What began as companionship may slowly transform into healthcare management. For some, this feels like a burden. For others, it is a labor of love. But either way, it is a reality worth preparing for. Imagine a scenario where one partner requires hospital visits, medications, or daily assistance with bathing, dressing, or eating. If this responsibility falls unexpectedly on the spouse, it can create exhaustion, resentment, or even burnout. Life advice for elders: have honest health conversations before marriage. Disclose medical conditions, medication routines, and future health concerns. Discuss expectations of caregiving. Will you both be comfortable providing care if needed? What outside help might you require? Plan for professional support. Explore home health care, assisted living, or caregiver networks to avoid placing the full weight on one spouse. Take care of yourself too. A healthy caregiver is a stronger caregiver. Don't neglect your own well-being. Remarriage at this age means accepting that health will be part of the journey. Couples who face it with honesty, planning, and support can turn what could be a nightmare into a deeper expression of love and commitment. 4. Loss of independence. For many seniors, independence is precious. After decades of managing their own lives, they may struggle with the adjustments marriage requires: sharing space, making joint decisions, or compromising on daily routines. At 70, habits are deeply ingrained, and a new partner may unintentionally disrupt a cherished sense of freedom. Some seniors find themselves missing their solitude, hobbies, or lifestyle choices. A new spouse might want more social activity, different diets, or even control over finances or home arrangements. What seemed like companionship may sometimes feel restrictive. Life advice for elders: be honest about your lifestyle. Share your daily routines, hobbies, and preferences before marriage. Protect personal time. Even in marriage, it's healthy to maintain individual activities and friendships. Negotiate household roles early. Decide who will handle chores, finances, or decisions to avoid resentment. Remember, independence is not selfish. A strong marriage allows room for both togetherness and individuality. Losing independence can feel suffocating, but with open communication and respect, couples can create a balance that preserves freedom while enjoying companionship. A successful later life marriage is not about control, it's about walking alongside each other, not losing yourself. 5. Legal and estate planning issues. Perhaps the most overlooked but dangerous nightmare of remarrying at 70 is legal and estate planning. Without careful attention, remarriage can unintentionally erase or complicate decades of planning for inheritance, property, or end-of-life wishes. Wills may automatically change with marriage. Beneficiaries on life insurance, retirement accounts, or property deeds may need to be updated. Without legal protection, children may lose assets they were promised, or a new spouse may be left vulnerable after death. For example, if a home is in one partner's name and no legal arrangements are made, the surviving spouse may be forced to leave after death. Similarly, medical decisions may legally transfer to the new spouse even if children were previously chosen as decision makers. Life advice for elders: review and update legal documents. Wills, trusts, power of attorney, and healthcare directives should all reflect your new circumstances. Consult an estate attorney. Professional guidance ensures that both your spouse and your children are protected. Be transparent with family. Hiding estate changes can cause resentment later. Open conversations prevent surprises. Think long-term. Plan not only for your life together but also for what happens after one of you passes. Legal clarity is one of the greatest gifts you can give your loved ones. Instead of leaving confusion or conflict, you can ensure that everyone is cared for according to your wishes. Conclusion: remarrying at 70 is neither right nor wrong, it is a deeply personal decision. It can bring joy, love, and companionship in life's later years, but it can also carry hidden challenges, financial complications, family resistance, health responsibilities, loss of independence, and legal issues are real possibilities that must be faced with courage and wisdom. The best life advice for elders considering remarriage is this: approach love with both your heart and your head. Romance gives life sweetness, but wisdom gives it stability. When you prepare carefully, you don't just avoid nightmares, you build a marriage that brings peace, joy, and security for both partners and families alike. Love at 70 is not about rushing or proving something, it is about companionship, understanding, and walking together with grace. If you take the time to face these challenges before saying yes, you will not only protect yourself and your loved ones but also ensure that your later years are filled with the love and dignity you deserve.